Hey, how you doing? It is, I don't know what time is it? It's 10:30 p.m. Central. And I'm like, what am I doing online? Listen, so if you could help me out and you're watching, tell me where you're watching from. Hashtag I see hashtag live, tell me where you're watching from. I see Dawn from the DMV. I see Tracy from Chicago. I see Andrea from Maryland. I love it that these East Coast people are still up. Yolanda in South Carolina, I promise I'm always trying to put you in Louisiana with Crystal. And then we got Christy from Northwest Arkansas. So if you could know somebody who watches my stuff, if you could tag them, I would totally appreciate that. I'm super excited about something tonight and I wanted to share it before I went to bed. So we got Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Wish I was there. We have Demetria in Lake Village. We have Misha in Jacksonville, Florida. Misha, that's not where you live, though, right? Or am I thinking a different Misha? Right? So if you know somebody else, hey Daphne, if you know somebody else who watches my stuff, if you could tag them, I would totally appreciate it. I know a lot of people are asleep, and I should probably be wrapping down to go to sleep, but I am actually super excited about something, and I don't want to wait to share it. I'm so excited, and I just cannot have it. And I cannot hide it. But I sound like I need to go to bed, right? How was your day today? Tell me how your day was today. We had some fake quasi snow that gave Kanan AMI day, which meant she didn't have to go to school. And then it warmed up, and then tomorrow it's supposed to be 57, so I'm really feeling that. But anyway, I would appreciate you. I appreciate you being here, and I appreciate you tagging anybody you know that watches my stuff. And if you'll just give me a second, I have a few people that I want to tag because I want everybody I know to know this. I want everybody I know to know it. So give me just a second to tag some of my people. All right. Okay. So listen, can we get to 50? If we can we get to 50? It would be so cool if we could get to 50. We're at 42. Some of these people are asleep. I know they are, but I know enough that I have been watching y'all late at night. And I know that all of y'all do not go to bed this early. So listen, I don't know if we can get to 50, but let's try to get to 50 and see what happens. I'm thinking about who else I could invite. Your day was peaceful. I'm glad to hear that. Okay, I'm going to get started in like 10 seconds and just tell you why I'm here. But one more time, I want you to push. I want you to tag people. I want you to, if you know somebody who watches my stuff and they stay up late, if you could tag them, I would totally appreciate it. You're normally asleep at this time. Listen, I think you are up for this. So here's what I want to talk about. Many of you have seen that in the last 60 days, I've really been talking about something called the $1 Million Expert. And I know that there are still a lot of women who are excluding themselves from this movement. So I want to make this push. And then I want to tell you about something exciting I'm doing. And I'm going to ask for your help. Being $1 million expert doesn't mean that you know everything. Being $1 million expert doesn't mean that you think you are better than anybody else. But taking your position as $1 million expert simply means that you are about to embrace your brilliance, the gifts, talents, and abilities and skills that you are already using, that you already have, things that you have ignored, things that you have minimized, and you're going to use them to position yourself to make millions of dollars. Now, listen, it doesn't mean that everybody's going to be an entrepreneur just like I am. There are people out there who are getting more job opportunities. There are people who are getting government contracts. There are people who are getting corporate contracts. I believe that there are a lot of paths to this destination. And so I have really been working on helping women, particularly Black Christian women, embrace the mindset that you too are worthy of being $1 million expert. And it is my desire, my sincere hope to bring together 1,000 women who are willing to link their tables together, to not just build a table, but to link your table together. And I get that it is challenging work when we live in a world where someone is always trying to tell us that we're limited, when we may not know any millionaires personally. We may not have ever seen it done. One of the things that I noticed when I started doing this work is that I actually did not grow up seeing entrepreneurs out, Black women entrepreneurs outside of hairstylists. No shade to hairstylists, but I never wanted to be a hairstylist. So I didn't see anybody that looked like me. So I believe that one of the reasons it took me longer to get to this path and longer to make real money is because I didn't have that visual. So one of the reasons that I talk about the numbers, one of the reasons that I share other people's stories, one of the reasons that I'm having my live event next Thursday and Friday in Northwest Arkansas is because I want to normalize this conversation. And part of my desire to normalize this conversation comes from having spent over a decade attending personal development, marketing, and business conferences and watching white men share the numbers, saying with confidence, my business made $10 million last year. Here is what I did. My business made $100 million last year. Here is what I did. And I do think the conversation matters. Does that make sense? And I think it's a conversation we don't have enough. And I think that we have been conditioned not to talk about our numbers. We have been conditioned to hide. Those of us who have had success, we've been told don't tell nobody either, because people don't want you don't want people to think you're bragging, or you don't want people begging. Anybody ever thought or heard either one of those, right? But I love something that my friend Sabrina Fisher says that I absolutely love. Oh, we got over 50. And she says, you knowing how much I make doesn't matter. You can't get in my account. But I think it matters in this sense, is that the more we see people who look like us, who are creating what they want to see, who are building, and as a person who originally just wanted to be an entrepreneur, which meant that I really just wanted to build a business that was enough to sustain me. And the Lord said, no, I want you to be a business owner. I want you to think about contract opportunities and employment opportunities for other people. I had to have a mindset shift to that. And so I think that our environment is always working on us. And so one of the reasons that I try to create these events, one of the reasons that I have Inner Circle, one of the reasons that I have VIP, and I need everybody to help me if you're still up. I need you to help me, is that in order to really do this, it takes a soul shift. Tell your neighbor there is a soul shift for that. There is a soul shift for that, because the first thing I have to do is change my mind. I have to change how I see myself. And let me tell you why. Are there people who make money without changing their mind? Yes, but I think Will Smith is a great example of it. He talks about, and we've heard many other people who've talked about that when they make the money, they can't keep it, because even though they made it, they didn't feel worthy. They didn't think they deserved it. So they found this way to get rid of it, right? And so what I really try to do is not to, the actions matter. There are certain actions that we need to take. But the thing that I really try to do is to help us begin to see ourselves differently, to begin to see ourselves as wealth creators, to begin to see ourselves as $1 million experts. Because this is the thing that I have found in my own journey and with working with so many clients. Once you shift, nobody can hold you there anymore. Many times we feel like other people are holding us. We like, oh, my husband's holding me. My wife is holding me. My best friend is holding me. My mom and them is holding me. My company is holding me. Let me tell you what I am a witness of. That once you shift inside, once you are different inside, they can't hold you. Nobody can hold you. Nobody can hold you. So if you still think that somebody has the power to keep you from being $1 million expert, there's a soul shift for that. You need to know that nobody can hold you. But what do I want to tell you? Can you share one more time with people you know who normally watch? I want to tell you something because I actually need your help. You may remember in January, I made a post and I began to talk about how to shift from broke advisor to $1 million expert. Did any of you see that? I began to talk about that, right? And for $1 million expert, Christy says, I still don't feel like I belong even in this club, right? I mean, and that's the work. That's the first work. You have to do that inner work so nobody can hold you. And it was interesting because I had never used the term broke advisor before, but when I used it, so many people started messaging me. So many women started messaging me. And I began to write content. But if you know me, you know I don't like long books. Not that I don't like to read long books, but I know that most people don't like to read long books. Can y'all give hearts, fire, all that stuff that helps the analytics get up? So anyway, I have written a book. I have written a book, and it is called The 8 Steps to Shift from Broke Advisor to $1 Million Expert. And it's about some of the internal things that you have to do. Now, here's where I am going to ask for a favor. I'm going to ask for a favor. And I understand that this is not ideal marketing strategy, but you have not because you ask not. So here's what I'm asking for. The research says that most people who self-publish a book never sell more than 250 copies. So I have set a goal. I've done it before with my Black Women Build Wealth Guide. I think I sold almost 500 copies of that book. So they say that they say that you don't sell over 250. So I've done that once, and I'd like to sell 500, right? But here's the thing. I've done something I normally don't do. I typically release my books myself, but this time I am doing a pre-release with Amazon. I have created this book. It's super cute, but cute doesn't even matter. The content is amazing. And it's $5.99. And it's going to go live next Thursday. But I am asking everybody, if you feel like I have ever said anything that has shifted your thinking, I am asking you to go and order a copy of this book for pre-sale. Now, don't y'all start messaging me because it's pre-sale. That means it's not going to be released, but you're also not going to be charged till Thursday. I am working on a strategy that someone has told me that I should do that is about getting different positioning. And so I'm going to drop the link right here. Thank you. Magnolia Bell says it's done. And my goal is to pre-sale 500. Now, I got to tell you this because they told me this today. I'm still growing and becoming. Even if you want to send the book to someone else, do not use your same email because they count it by emails. So if you want to, thank you, Angela. Thank you, Hillary. So if you want, thank you, Christy. Thank you, Dorian. If you want to give it to your cousin, give it to your friends. And there were some people who said, oh, because the book is only $5.99, I can at least buy 5 copies. You need to do a different email for each person. That's how they count it. That's how they count it. Now, here is a way that I've had to grow in this journey. The way that I've had to grow in this journey is that somebody was like, if you do this and you do it well, thanks, Kevin. If you do this and you do it well, thank you, Lysandra. Thank you to everybody. I appreciate this. They say that you get one of those Amazon new release bestsellers. Thanks, Crystal. And I was like, why do I care? And the person said to me, it's not that you care, it's that people care, and it gives you credibility to get your message out. So I want to tell you guys that around this, I had to have a soul shift. Thank you, Tori. The soul shift that I had to have is that because I didn't care, it wasn't necessary to do. I think that just helps somebody right there, because sometimes there are things that we go, this is stupid. This doesn't make sense. Why would I do this? I don't care about that. And then someone said to me, you may not care, but other people care. And it's going to give you credibility to the people who need to hear your message. So I am asking, thank you to everybody. Rakina, Kimberly, right? Yolanda said she loves the cover. Now, again, it's not going to be released till Thursday, but my goal is 500 when it goes live on Thursday. So again, if you could buy one and gift one, that would be amazing, but you have to use a second email address. And I am asking because you don't get it if you don't ask. Christy, I'll post it again. But I think you can just search it, is what I think. And so I'm asking if you're like, You've said something that changed my life. You have encouraged me. You made me laugh. You got checked with that too. So see, sometimes it's just an opportunity to grow. So Yolanda says she searched my name and it came right up. I love that. She searched my name and it came right up. So I'm asking, would I love for you to read it? I would absolutely love for you to read it, but I'd love for you to purchase it and help me do this, right? And I appreciate this so much. Yolanda Gladney, she says she got hers. Tracy B. Fair, she says she got hers. And if you could tag somebody, that's the reason I'm tagging. And I'm just making the ask. I am making the ask to say, if you think that I offer value, if I've said something that's encouraged you, if I have said something that has made a difference in your life, would you spend $5.99, maybe $11 and buy 2 books, maybe $20 and buy 4 books using a different email address? And would you share this book with somebody? Would you do that for me? Sue, thank you. No, not Live Free. It is, thank you, Stephanie. Live Free is already there. It's 30, right? It's 33 pages, right? And I think that includes everything. It is the 8 steps to shift from broke advisor to $1 million expert. But anybody there, girl, you can get Live Free too. That's a 2015 release. But that's what I'm asking for. I'm asking, and you'll see me asking a couple of more times. Thank you, Stephanie. I appreciate that. Thank you, Demetria. I appreciate that. You'll see me asking a couple of more times, right? And I really, really appreciate that. This is just me saying, help me out, because they tell me I should care. And they tell me that I should, thank you, Misha. They tell me that I should be very intentionally. Thank you. Thank you. They tell me that I should be very, very intentional about trying to get that bestseller sticker because it gives me credibility in the marketplace. And so I just ask y'all to help. And I appreciate you saying that I've been a great inspiration to you. So this is my last time going through. Will I have books at the event next week? I don't know if I'll have that book at the event next week. So, okay. I'm going to tell you one more time for the people who just came in. Hey, Rhonda, thank you. What am I doing? It comes out February 20th. Thanks, Kevin. Listen, I don't even know. I said the 22nd. It comes out the 21st. Okay. So, listen, here's what I'm doing. I'm here because I'm asking you guys. I'm asking you guys to help me put my book on the Amazon bestseller for new releases. I think that's what it's called. And I need you guys to go and purchase for pre-sale my book called The 8 Steps to Shift from a Broke Advisor to $1 Million Expert. And it is $5.99. But I want to give you something if you don't already have it. Is Centuries on here? Let me make sure I have the right link. If you don't already have my $1 Million Expert guidebook, it's free and you can start reading it now. So I want to give you the link for that. If you don't have that already, you should get that. I just realized I have something I can give you right now and you don't have to wait. All right, here you go. So you can go and grab this right now, or you can go to $1millionexpertchallenge.info, $1 Million Expert. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Is this the book that you read from during the $1 Million Expert Challenge? No, that book's not coming out yet. I'm not quite done with it yet. But this is a little mindset shifting. Now, for those of you, Angie just said I'll get a couple. So here's how I need you to help me. For those of you who are saying, I will get a couple, they have told me that it's because it's an ebook, you have to order them from different email addresses. So if you're going to get one for your daughter, Angie, you need to send it to her email address, or you need to use a separate email address. This is what the people tell me. So I'm just trying to follow the instruction, and I don't want to keep you guys. And I thank you very much for doing it. So last recap, I am pre-releasing a book on Kindle. That book is called The 8 Steps to Shift from a broke advisor to $1 million expert. It is 33 pages. It is $5.99. It will release on February the 21st. My goal is to have 500 copies because they say that most people don't do 250. So I want to go for the double. And I am asking everybody who says that I have ever encouraged them, inspired them, helped them shift, to grab a copy of it and help me reach this goal of 500. I am asking those who are willing to buy more than one copy to use a different email in order to get it, because they say that they count by email, not by numbers of books. So I appreciate that so much. I thank you. You'll see me talk about this a lot leading up to the event next week. Thank you. I don't take it for granted. I appreciate your support. I hope that I always add value to you. That is my goal. And I just want to say thank you. I appreciate it. I can see the orders coming in. I'm super excited about it. And so help me get to 500. I appreciate it. All right. So you'll see me talking a lot about the $1 Million Expert. I'm still coming for all of you women that are excluding yourself, for women that you think that you don't have it in you. We're going to normalize the conversation. We're going to normalize using our gifts, talents, and abilities to make more money. We're going to normalize making millions of dollars. We're going to normalize it, because there is room for me too, and there is room for you too. And I want to tell you, you really are just one shift away. And if you can ever see yourself differently, nobody can hold you hostage anymore. You will actually create what God put in your heart to create. So thank you. If you're just jumping on, please go back and watch it from the beginning. It's only like 23 minutes. And I think you can fast forward 5. So yes, Crystal, we are coming for the ones that exclude themselves, because we have included you. And so thank you. Have a great night. You'll see me sharing. Help me share it. Tell somebody, give it away, all of that different stuff. Thank you, and have a good night. God bless you.